you're having a good morning or afternoon. This pick a card reading is going to be all about the autumn equinox or Mabon, whichever one you go, whichever one you really resonate with. This season is all about bringing balance as well as really looking back and seeing, like, reaping the seeds that you sowed. So a lot of the hard work that you've been doing, a lot of the things that you've been working towards, this is a time to wrap it up and see what all you have harvested for this season. So I'm going to do a collective message first. So one of the things that I picked up on is kind of doing a spring cleaning, except for it's like a autumn cleaning. Going through your home, getting rid of things that really don't resonate with you, getting rid of things that you really don't use, but you can go and donate to those in need. Just really clearing out any stagnant energy that's in your home, like doing smoke cleanses, but also like wiping down your walls, going through your cabinets, going through your clothes, just to energetically set you up for autumn and winter seasons. Sorry, it's kind of loud. So with that being said, we got the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Swords, and in this deck it talks about being inspired. And then of course with the Knight of Swords, that means not second guessing yourself and taking action. So that cleansing throughout your home, it will help bring new inspiration to you, new creative ideas, and it will help you act more precisely on it without sitting there and pondering on it. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, Temperance. Yeah, this is going to bring in a lot of balance for people. The wheel's going to be turning a lot for people and balancing things out. I heard balancing work and home life. Alright, I'm going to pull one more, see if anything else comes out before we hop into the separate messages. Oh, that came out. Oh, yes, look, Ace of Pentacles. A lot of stability, a lot of money opportunities, a lot of opportunities that seem to come out of thin air. Like new opportunities presenting themselves to you, opportunities where you didn't think that you had any opportunities. They are coming to you. That's awesome, guys. And then even look what's behind it. Emotional fulfillment and financial fulfillment. That is awesome. So I don't have piles for you to pick from. Pick 1, 2, or 3. Alright? Alright, guys, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Hello, 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 pile number 1. I hope you're having a great morning or evening, whatever time you're watching this. I'm going to be doing the piles a little bit differently than what I normally do. I actually asked separate questions for different decks that I used. So we're going to try this out. Okay, so for the first 3 cards, the question I asked was, what harvest is coming in for my pile number 1s? And you guys got the Black Panther, Queen of Wands, intense love of life, determination, altruism, Octopus, King of Cups, calm clarity, control over emotions, and self-compassion. And the last one you guys got is I wouldn't call it a possum, but it's not opossum. I don't know. Strategy, fact finding, and curiosity. I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit and turn the camera up. Okay, here we go. So the first thing that I picked up on is this pile might have been feeling like they wasn't the driver behind the wheel in their own life. They might have been feeling during the last season like they had no control over their life, or maybe a certain aspect of your life. When I'm picking up with the King of Cups, this could be dealing with emotions. You might have felt like you couldn't keep your emotions in check. You might have been feeling all over the place with your emotions. You might have been making more decisions through your emotions. As I said, like, I kind of feel like, and this just popped up in my head. There's this movie called Wanted, and it's got Angelina Jolie in it. And this guy, I don't remember what his name is, but like, it just shows this guy going through life and like people walking all over him, and like his boss was walking all over him, his girlfriend was walking all over him, his girlfriend was cheating on him with his best friend, his boss would come up to him and expect like this big workload to be done like in a day, and then if he didn't do it, like, she would literally humiliate him in front of everybody. And he would, like I said, he just felt like he wasn't in control of his life. He kind of just was like, this is, I have no control over this, until Angelina Jolie steps in, and she's like this type of spy person. And like, throughout the movie, he's always saying, I'm sorry, but then he gets into this groove and he like becomes himself in a way, like through her and her teachings. He starts stepping more into his power, and I feel like that's what your harvest season is all about. I feel like you guys will be feeling like you for a change are the actual one that's like in control of your life, not outside influences. You are standing more up for yourself, because I feel like this pile, a lot of the reasons why their emotions were so hiked up is because I feel like I was talking about boundaries. I feel like you was not enforcing boundaries, and if you were, the people that you surrounded yourself with, or like the job that you had, or whatever the case may be, they was not really listening to you, because they felt like since you let things slide a lot, that they could continuously do it. And I feel like this pile is stepping into that era where they're stepping into their power, they're placing up boundaries, and I feel like this pile is going to shock a lot of people. Like, you're going to implement these boundaries, and if these boundaries get, if people cannot respect these boundaries that you have, you're gone. That could, you might be leaving a job and going for a new job opportunity where the job treats you completely differently and respects the boundaries that you place. This could be with a partner. If this partner has been, overstepping and maybe making decisions for you instead of allowing you to make decisions for yourself, that might be the end of a relationship. And some of you guys that are watching this right now, if you recently went through a breakup, this was this was for your highest good. especially if this resonates where I'm talking about boundaries always being crossed and you feeling like you're speaking but nobody's listening, because in every single card I'm seeing, if you look at, especially in this one, it shows up really good, but there's a lot of blue and green, and same here, except for this one's green and yellow, but I feel like that's like your aura, and the blue means communication, so you will be speaking kind of like the Queen of Wands, like you're gonna have authority, and I feel like for this harvest season, people, like with what you say, especially when it comes to you and your boundaries and what you need, people are going to be listening to you more, because in the past, like I said, with the emotions, some of you guys might have been lashing out. And a lot of times when we lash out, a lot of people listen to us, but sometimes they really don't, because they feel hurt, or they feel like they're right. You know what I mean? So with this harvest season, heading into the next season, you're going to be speaking more calmly, more compassionately, more precise and direct is what I heard. And there's not going to be like no more miscommunication or misunderstandings, and there's not going to be people that you're not going to surround yourself with people that are purposely misunderstanding you, because I picked up some of that on this pile too, that you was around people that purposely misunderstood you, and like constantly having to explain yourself, and them acting like, oh, like, you know, I still don't understand. No, we're not having that no more. I feel like this pile's guides, guardian angels, ancestors, whatever you believe in, I feel like they're helping you to cut those people out of your life, because it's just not worth it, and it doesn't feel good, and you do not need to be in that situation, those situations anymore. I feel like this pile has been wanting peace for a very long time. And not peace just like in their outer environment, but just like within themselves. And I feel like you guys are finding peace within yourself. Peace within stability within yourself. This pile has grown a lot to know who they are, what they like, what they don't like. You guys have really done some deep digging and soul searching. This pile might journal. This pile might listen. This might be my pile that I feel like with this new season, you're experimenting more. Just like this possum with curiosity. But I feel like you always was a curious person. Like, you've never been the type of person that like just dips your toe in the shallow, like, or stands in the shallow end. I feel like, especially when it comes to yourself, you tread those waters, like you dive deep within. And I think it's because this pile started picking up on patterns that was repeating. And I feel like, you know, you've been doing this for a while, where it's like the pattern repeats and you're like, okay, this has happened before. What can I do differently? Or how can I do things differently? And I kind of feel like amongst, like, that's how you started and that's how the middle was, but I feel like towards the end, and that's why I'm saying you're getting back where the you're taking the wheel this time, because I kind of feel like somewhere along the line you just kind of was like, you just let it go. And that's okay just to let it go and to release and to be in the passenger side sometimes. That was the kind of point for you, because you have been diving so deep, and sometimes releasing is the best thing that's needed. And I feel like you released, but now like it's that time to and I feel like you guys feel this, or soon will, where it's like, okay, I've got I can take the wheel now. Like I can do it. Okay? Let me see if I can pick up anything else. Black Panther showing up. I've had the Black Panther show up on my journey before, and the Black Panther to me is a very positive omen. It's a very great spirit animal to have, because the Black Panther can guide you with your intuition. The Black Panther to me is like you're in the dark in the forest, and you don't know where to go, and you don't know, you don't know where you can go. I feel like the Black Panther leads you through your intuition, and like she's more of intuition and instinct than she is like logic. And it's a very protective spirit guide. So with this animal popping up, just know that you have been very, very protective. If you've been seeing Black Panthers, if you've been dreaming about Black Panthers, anything like that, this might be a sign for you. Black Panthers as well, like spirit guide. She kind of reminds me, even though this card puts her as the Queen of Wands, I feel like she's the Hermit. And that's just because panthers in general walk alone. They're very solitary animals. They're not like lions and roam in packs. But if you've been seeing octopus or possum as well, those could be your spirit animals as well. And I would look more into them. I've never really read up on octopus or possum, so that might be something that you want to do like later on your own time. Okay? All right, so the next set of cards that I asked what lesson did you guys pass that you can incorporate into your future to help build up, like to make things successful for you. And you guys got protection. Look, I can't make this stuff up, guys. Right there where the Black Panther is. Navigation. And good luck. So I'm going to speak on this good luck part just because the strategy, fact finding, and curiosity. I feel like you guys being curious brings you good luck. I feel like when you guys have an open mind and you're willing to try out new things and study and learn new things, or try things that a different way than what you have been trying them, I find that you guys find good luck in it. Like it could just be it could be as simple as like just a new way of studying. So maybe studying, you used to just read books and highlight and take notes, and instead you try more of a visual approach, and you watch videos, or you make actual like art projects, and that's helping you to learn. It could be something as simple as that. But I don't know what this fish is called, but I feel like it's so fitting for you guys, because this fish, I know like it's in the darkness, like deep below in the ocean, and it has like this little light right here that lights up, and that's how it like attracts its food to it. and then that's how it eats, but it still like uses that light to navigate as well. And I feel like the lesson that you passed is that you can navigate even in the darkness, even when you thought that you couldn't navigate through the things that was happening with the emotional upheaval that you was having. Because emotions, especially when we're feeling them intensely, it literally can feel like, kind of like the Eight of Swords, where like we literally can't move, like we don't feel and sometimes think that we can get through it. And this is Spirit saying, no, you navigated this more perfect than what you thought you would. Like I heard we knew you could do it all along. You just had to believe in yourself. That's great, guys. And like I said, when I was talking about like people overstepping your boundaries and things like that, I feel like another test that you passed was learning how to protect yourself, learning how to protect your peace. Because like I said, this is my pile where like people was really, really like revving you up emotionally. And people was revving you up emotionally. And sometimes people do it just because they get a kick out of it. I mean, that's just the world sometimes. It sucks, but that's the world sometimes. So I feel like moving on, like this is gonna help you successfully. Like you've integrated this, and in the future it's gonna build you up for success. So the next time you see a pattern, or next time you see someone crossing your boundaries, you know how to protect yourself. The next time you feel like you can't take the wheel, you can't navigate your life, there's gonna be a reminder that yes, you can. You can navigate quite well. And to make sure that you have an open mind and be curious about things, because this curiosity is going to bring in good luck for you. All right. Now the last one, I gotta go get the book from this, but the last one, I was gonna read the two last cards out of the book for you. And this is message either from your spirit guides, guardian angels, or benevolent ancestors that are for your highest good. So you guys got Life Restored, Priestess of the Phoenix, and you guys got Scale of Balance, Ancient Tantra of the Soul. And give me 1 second. I'm going to stop the video right here, and then I'll be right back with the book. Okay, I'm just going to read the part that calls out to me in this book, because it's about a couple of pages. Okay, so what called out to me is, this oracle comes as a guide for your path of inner healing and service. You are encouraged to explore divine masculine and feminine healing within yourself specifically at this time. This may involve forgiveness of past relationships with significant males or females in your life. It may also require an adjustment of softening to allow in feminine wisdom, or cutting out some distractions or draining situations or relationships that minimize your own sense, or your sense of your own power and capacity to use masculine wisdom well. What did I say, guys? Wow. Okay. So the Life Restored, let's go ahead and let me flip to that page. Okay, it says, you are guided by Divine Priestess of Phoenix, Sister Isis, to turn your face to the sun. Just as the scarab, or the sacred scarab beetle follows the movement of the sun, You are encouraged to focus on the light and the life that is seeking you now. Do not resign yourself to the way things have been. Let go of the past. Be brave and bold and allow the Phoenix Priestess to inspire you to realize that the return of life, the restoration, the resurrection is upon you now. Have hope and optimism. Just because something has fallen away in the past does not mean it will not have value and be able to grow in the present moment. Take what is going to be offered in your life, the rebirth that is happening, into your wide open arms now, and be assured that you have transitioned through the energies of death and into life now. Peace to you, dear innate of the light. The past is over. Enjoy your rebirth. Wow. That was a great reading, guys. All right, so I did channel a song for you guys, and I will have that in the description below. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have a story to tell me, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. And until next time, guys, bye. Hello, pile number 2. I hope you're having a wonderful morning or evening, whatever time you are watching this. Today's pick a card reading is going to be done a little bit differently. I actually asked a question for each deck that I drew instead of just asking one question for all the decks that I drew. So that's what we're going to be doing a little bit differently. Let's go ahead and hop into your reading, okay? So you guys got Stork, 6 of Swords, Better Times Ahead, New Home, and Hearth. You guys got Fox, Knight of Wands, Fortitude, Passion, and Leadership. And you guys got Tiger, King of Wands, Loyalty, and Honorable Spirit, and Ferocious. Okay, so the first thing that I'm picking up for you guys is this is my leadership pile. This is my pile that makes great leaders. You guys lead by example. You guys aren't the type where, like, you tell people what to do. You actually lead through example. So you lead by your actions, not just with your words. And I feel like this pile might have like either a promotion coming up, or you might be stepping into a leadership role. So you might become a manager, you might become a shift lead, you might be someone that is actually managing your own. Like, this could be another thing where you are the boss of your own business, someone making or creating a new business, and stepping out into that. It's something that's very new. It's something that you guys are very excited about, but also at the same time very nervous. With the stork where it says New Home and Hearth, this also could be talking about just being like the head of the household as well. You getting a new home, or like somebody that is renting and finally able to like buy the house that they are in. I'm picking that up as well. So that is changing it from, you being, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry, but I think you guys get my gist. So, I feel like this pile has been working really, really hard. I feel like there's been a lot of challenges thrown at you, because when the fox shows up to me, the fox, yes, the fox can be tricky. Yes, the fox could be a trickster spirit, but the fox can also show you how to maneuver and get through tricky situations. I've said this in my past readings before. I love the fox because the fox shows up for me, especially in really bad situations, and it guides me through sticky situations, because the fox gets hunted by the hound, right? And in order to get away from the hound and not be hunted down, they've got to be tricky, they've got to be quick, because the hound can get their scent. And that's the reason why, like, for example, I've said before, the fox will travel through water to get the hound off of its scent and things like that. So I kind of feel like you guys have been working with the fox spirit animal for a while. Some of you guys might have been seeing the fox. Some of you guys have been maybe dreaming about the fox. There's been a lot of fox, and if it's not the fox, then the tiger or the stork has been showing up for you. The stork and spirit animal meanings is basically like tranquility, peace during weathering through the storm. And I love that the stork and the fox are together, because they kind of mean the same thing. Like, you're weathering through the storm, but the stork shows you how to be peaceful and more in the moment, and the fox shows you different ways, like thinking out of the box on how to get through a situation. I haven't read much about tiger spirit animals, except for I know that they have a lot of strength, and when they come into a person's life, that's what they help you with, kind of like that song "Eye of the Tiger." So they give you a lot of strength to maneuver through the things that that you are going through. So I think that was perfect for all three of these animals to show up in your reading. This is my pile that is loyal to a fault. You have a lot of people that respect you, whether they tell you or not. Like, even if you have coworkers or people that you work with that don't necessarily like you as a person, they still kind of honor you and how you work with teammates. I feel like this is a pile that, like, you're not someone that like expects your coworkers or the people you work with to do all the work. You are in the trenches with them, and that's very important on being a leader, correct? Like, you are, I'm getting like back in Egyptian days, I don't remember if it was Osset or if it's Cleopatra, but one of them would come out of, their would come out, and I believe it was Osset would come out and teach about like basket weaving and out I can't say this word, agriculture. I probably butchered it, but about the land and stuff like that. And I believe one of them taught the lower classmen like how to read and everything like that. So you're that type of leader. That's really awesome, guys. With the Vox showing up as well, I feel like this pile might have felt like there was people coming up against you, especially in a new position or even like having your own business. But that's nothing to worry about. Like, the way that you have moved and the way that you've maneuvered and the way that you have like stood in your power, like you've stayed true to yourself, it kind of outshined anything that was really being said about you or anything that was trying to be done. So for my piles that was like kind of worried about that, don't. I also heard house with that, so if you are getting a new home, please read the fine print. Please make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Inspection, I also heard inspection, so make sure that, I don't know how all of it works, but I know some of it, to where like when you're buying a new home or purchasing a new home and you do the walkthrough and stuff like that, and there's certain things that they have to fix, or certain things that you would like to be fixed before you purchase the home, that is supposed to be done. So make sure that like you don't get so caught up in excitement and just be like, like you're just ready. You're ready to move into the home. Like, that's understandable, but make sure that when it's time to look things over, look through them thoroughly, so when you move in, it's not like a huge problem down the road, or you're not kicking yourself and saying, dang, I should have done this, way before we purchased it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to be footing this big bill to fix something. I'm also, with the stork, I'm also hearing like new parents. And some of you guys are feeling like maybe that you're not ready to be like an authority figure. Maybe you feel like you want the baby, but you're just like, how, like, maybe you feel like a hot mess, or maybe you feel like you're just not ready. And that's everybody, that's everybody. That's a normal feeling to have. But this is, to me, this is confirmation with Spirit saying, yes, you are ready. You are ready. You've got the fortitude with this fox, where it says fortitude, passion, and leadership. Loyalty and honorable spirit, things like that. Plus, even like with the ferociousness, where like, you protecting your child and making sure that your child isn't harmed, from others, or even from like social media or outside influences. This is just confirmation that, you are going to be a great parent. Do not worry about that. Some of you guys have been really, really like going through the trenches, like trying to either get this promotion, build this new business, or make these new money opportunities. Because with the Six of Swords, better times ahead, your harvest season is here. Like, there's going to be some relaxation. There's going to be some like taking a deep breath, and then when you blow it out, like all that stress is just going to, you're going to be more at peace with yourself. You're going to be a little bit more relaxed and not stressed out and working overtime. You're going to give yourself the rest that is needed. All right, let's go ahead and look into your other cards. Now, this other question I asked was like, what lessons have you learned that you can use, what lessons that you've learned and integrated that can help you in the future to set you up for success? And you guys got defense, financial security, and balanced emotions. So with financial security, you guys have set yourself up, like I said, whether that being a pay raise, or even owning your own business and making more money out of it. You guys have set yourself up success financially, so you won't feel like either you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you're worrying about like being able to pay certain bills, but then one bill can't be paid, or having all your bills paid but not having enough food to eat, or vice versa, where you have enough food to eat but you're lacking on bills. No, this your harvest season, everything's going to be balanced out to where you will be able to have a little bit of fun and be able to pay your bills and be able to eat. And that's great, guys. That's very, very awesome. With the defense, I feel like this deals with what I was speaking about with your leadership role and how you lead others. Like, I feel like that was your defense for those that was trying to be play tricks or do tricky things to you. I feel like that was kind of your defense mechanism. I know that sounds weird, but that was your way of like defending yourself, was just making sure that you stayed true to who you are and you led in the best ability that you could. And this might not even have to, like, I know I mentioned career, I know I mentioned in your own business, but this could just be like you being a leader in your family, or you being a leader in a certain group. Like, you are well respected, and that kind of was your defense. That kind of is what helped protect you from those that was speaking ill or bad upon you. Because people would say certain things, but then when people watched you, that listened to these people that was being tricky, they didn't really, they took what they said with a grain of salt, because your actions was speaking louder than their words. And to keep that up, because in the future, that's going to be that's going to make you very successful. I feel like this pile can get there with the balanced emotions. I feel like this pile has been working to keep their emotions balanced. I heard work life and home life. This pile might have learned how to separate the two. So when they walk out of their house and they go to their job, they're in job mode. But then as soon as they leave their job and they walk into home, it's home mode. Like, you've managed to balance the two, and the two doesn't like seep into one another. So when you're at work, you're not stressed out or aggravated or this or that with home, or whatever the case may be. And the same goes from when you come home. Like, the things that at work that had you stressed out, like, you leave it at the door, and to continue to do that, because that is going to set you up for great success. Also, another thing that I picked up with defense is you guys might have been a little bit defensive, but that also during your harvest season, and what you integrated is you've learned not to be so not to have your guard up so much. I'm hearing projections with that. So you've learned that some of the things that might have been said or done really was like a projection, and that it really had nothing to do with you. It had to deal with, the person and their emotions they was feeling, and the things that they was going through with their life. and that like instead of being so defensive, you can you walk a mile in their shoes, because you can see, like, I feel like this pile is either very empathetic or very clairsentient. So when maybe you have talked to this person after something was being said, and it's like you can feel like where they're coming from, and it gives you like you become compassionate and like understanding, and that projection that was placed upon you, it kind of like melts away, as well as the defense, you being defensive. The jellyfish as well, like I said, I was picking up like a psychic ability, like the jellyfish as well. I feel like this pile gets they get dreams that gives you information. It could be precognitive dreams that show you things in the future to look out for, or I heard opportunities, so like opportunities to take. And I'll give you an example of that. I had been wanting to learn about tinctures for a very long time, flower tinctures. And one night, I should say, I had a dream about taking it was taking a class somewhere, but it was someplace that I had never been. So I was kind of confused. It didn't tell me what class. But the next day, I had remembered it, and I called this place that I go to all the time. And she had informed me that they was having a tincture class. So that's what I mean by like precognitive dreams, where it tells you something that's coming up in the future, that that's an opportunity of something that you've been wanting to do. So make sure you write down your dreams, because like I said, jellyfish represent psychic abilities, and to me they represent like dreams that give you information. Now you might not get it in a dream, you might get it through meditating, you might get it through signs that you see. So just be aware of the signs that you see, because your psychic ability is going to lead you to more opportunities. So make sure you are working on your psychic abilities. Make sure that you are trusting, because a lot of I believe everybody's psychic, but a lot of us will second guess what we're seeing, hearing, or what we're seeing or hearing or even feeling. So take some time to trust yourself more and what you pick up on. Yes, make sure there's some evidence, but at the same point in time, give it a little bit more time before you have to like automatically see like the physical proof of it. All right. And for these next two cards, I'm going to read them out of the book. I'm going to pause it here in a second because I forgot the book. But it is the question that I asked. I'm sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. The question that I asked was a message from your spirit guides, benevolent ancestors, or guardian angels for your highest good, whichever one you believe in. What message do they have for you about this harvest season? So you guys got stay true and be in your power, Osiris and Isis, Lady, Lord and Lady of divine authority. And you guys got Portal of Light. She glides on wings through time and space. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab the book real quick. All right, sorry about that, guys. So the book in this is like page upon page. So I'm just going to read what calls out to me. So for stay true and be in your power, It says, there is no permission required from anyone apart from yourself to be and live in your truth. There are many voices that will test you on the journey from illusionary shackles of fear, loss, or abandonment that may hold you back or tempt you into giving your power away to others. You shall awaken from the testing into the realization of spiritual independence within. Of course, there is more to spiritual authority than just recognizing that it lies within you. There are times when you must act on it, guard it, and protect it, which means recognizing when others seek to exert influence over you for their own reasons, or when you're being manipulated out of your own authority, becoming blind to your own power of choice, and instead believing that things are just the way that they are and you cannot question or query. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with that trickery, guys. And you guys staying in your power and being true to you. This also says you have the power to create in your own you have the power to create and own your reality, and you don't need permission from anyone else to do this. Honor your spiritual sovereignty. Let the Lady Isis help you find your spiritual authority and freedom of choice now. Awesome. Okay, and then let's look into the portal of light. Okay. So it says you are growing in power and awareness. You have had breakthrough insights where you realize that you are not who you thought you were. You are in fact a much vaster being. Sometimes this was shocking and uncomfortable and deep and difficult to accept. At other times it was gentle and made sense to you. You are learning to integrate this awareness of your vast self into your life. The practical consequences of doing so are extraordinary. To live with less and less fear and insecurity, to become more detached and more passionate, more loving and less demanding, to need less and receive more, to feel more joy and exert less force to attain it. Such wonderful gifts await you. The Oracle of Portal of Light also brings special guidance that a phase of time or experience is over and a new cycle at a higher vibrational turn of the spiral is beginning. So prepare to ascend. Expect things to become lighter, freer, and faster moving in your life, even perhaps while you appear to be more surrendered and more peaceful with yourself. Yes. That linked up with this stork card, like I said, where you are weathering you were weathering or going to be weathering through the storm, but you're going to look like it's not even phasing you because you're at so much peace within yourself. All right, down in the description box I will have a song linked to this reading. But that's all that I got for you guys. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have a story you want to tell me, I would love to hear it. Write it down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye guys. Hello, pile number 3. I hope you're having a wonderful morning or evening whenever you're watching this. This pick a card, I'm doing things a little bit differently, which I absolutely love. It worked out well for the first 2 piles, so the way that I'm doing things different is for each deck that I shuffled, I asked a different question instead of just asking one question for all the decks. So when I shuffled this deck, I asked, what are you harvesting this harvest season? And you guys got Puffin the Fool, Childlike Wonder, Trust and Freedom, the Bat, the Hanged Man, Self-Surrender, Prophet Powers, and Facing Darkness, and the Raccoon. Page of Wands, Enthusiasm, Free Spirit, and New Ideas. So as the bat suggests, I feel like this pile has been in limbo for a while. This pile really got, like, the universe kind of puts you in a timeout. And even though this pile might not have liked this timeout at the time, it's revealing a lot of truths to you. It's revealing a lot of things that you might not have seen before, or in the way seeing things in a different light. So I heard with the raccoon showing up, the raccoon spirit animal guide can also symbolize masks that we wear and masks that others wear. So for example, like a mask would be people pleasing, because at the end of the day, people pleasing is something that we do to please others. It's not really who you are on the inside. It's something that has been taught, or something that has been done to please other people that we want to please around us. So for an example is, you might have been the child that people pleased your parents, because when you people pleased, they acted differently. Like, they gave you more attention when you did so, other than not people pleasing. So this pile felt really restricted, but like I said, I feel like this is my pile that kind of is going through a spiritual awakening, learning hard truths, but learning truths that really open your eyes as well. And I feel like after this transition, you are going to you will feel more free, more of yourself. And you guys will have a lot more trust in the universe than you normally did. This is my pile that rarely asks for help. This is my pile where it's what's that saying where they say, if it's gonna be done right, I might as well do it myself. I heard Saturn, so this is my pile that might be going through their Saturn return. I'm also hearing phases in life. This pile might have thought that a certain phase in their life was always going to be the same. Like, you started questioning this phase in your life and wondering if this was how it was always going to be. And the answer is no. There was a phase in your life that might have happened more than once, because of there was a lesson in it that you needed to learn. And I feel like this pal is learning that they are more than what they thought that they were. Like, discovering new things about themselves. I feel like this pal really had to get back to the basics. And I know that sounds like, the way that I imagine that kind of sounds silly in my head. But like the raccoons, they go through trash. They just to survive, they like find little things to survive. and to eat. So I kind of feel like this pile really had to go back to the basics, and with this childlike wonder, like really go back and investigate their childhood, really go back and maybe watch some of the things that kind of molded them when they was younger. So I'll give you an example of that. I've always been drawn to the craft. And one time I was like, well, I wonder why, like, I've always been drawn to the craft. Because my family, my papa, he was Catholic, and my grandmother, she was Christian. And, like, a lot of my family was Christian, very religious. So I always wondered, like, you know, why was I drawn to these things? And when I looked back into when I was younger, I remember having like these little potion bottles that my grandmother had gave me, and they was like old antique bottles, but I made potions out of them. But I also like was looking at the movies that I used to love when I was younger, and like, even though for an example, like a movie that I didn't think had anything that dealt with the craft in it did. And that was a movie called Trading Moms. And this movie's all about like they didn't like the mom that they had, so they wished her away. But when I go back and I watch it, they go to this older lady, and this older lady is a witch, and she literally cast a spell to grant them their wish. But this older lady also knew like that they would learn that lesson that their mom is the only mom. So they end up getting back to their mom, but like things like that. So I feel like this pile might be looking into that and figuring out what shaped and what molded them, and like the things that they didn't like. They decided to. I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied. Y'all decided to put it down. So like we'll just look into toxic men. I'm just giving y'all an example of my life. Like I loved the Labyrinth when I was younger. I loved David Bowie. I could watch that man 24/7. Especially as the Goblin King when I was little. And when I was a teenager, it was the Phantom of the Opera, Gerard Butler. But like when I watch it now, I'm like, dang, that is a toxic man. Like that would be a very toxic relationship. Like, you know, I let that go. I put that down. But that's something that, you know, like throughout my young adult and teenage life, like I was kind of attracting toxic men to me because, you know, that's what I saw and that's what I liked. So I feel like this pile has been doing that, or will be going through that. But in doing that, it is setting you free. It's having you put down, I heard baggage. So it's having you put down a lot of baggage. And that's where that freedom comes in the free spirit. This is like an end of a cycle. And this is like, this might be my pile that also is reinventing themselves. You're trying new looks. You're interested in new things. You're interested in new relationships, and relationships that aren't in your comfort zone. Like I said, with me liking those toxic men when I was younger, like for this pile, it could be toxic females for my males that are watching too. But you guys might be going after a different type of relationship that you've never ever been in. Okay? So the next cards The question that I asked was, what lessons are being integrated and that you have passed that is going to set you up for success in the future. And you guys got cast away negative energy, karmic justice, and growth of energy. And that's beautiful, guys. Wow. Like I said, that baggage, you are removing it. You're casting away all the negative energy. This is also my pile, since you guys got prophetic powers. Like if there has been any stagnant or heavy energy in your energy field, you are releasing it. You are cleansing it. Whether this be you've been taking spiritual baths, and those spiritual baths a little bit at a time has really been helping you and finally clears it, or you get out into the ocean and you've been out into the ocean for a while. That's something that helps cleanse it. If you resonate with this and you still feel like this energy is on you, or you haven't been doing this, this is something that needs to be done. And you don't have to have anything fancy. You don't have to go out and buy herbs from a botanica or a new age shop. You can just go outside and sit down and ask Mother Earth to help cleanse you. You can also get on YouTube, which YouTube is free, while you're sitting out in Mother Nature. And there's like a lot of videos talking about grounding and clearing and protecting. This karmic justice reminds me of the wheel, and where the wheel was upside down, it is now turning in your favor. I feel like this pile is going to be, luck is going to come more in for this pile. And also with this pile, like things that were really out of balance for you, they're being balanced. Mabon and autumn equinox, whichever one you go by, is all about balance. Balance is coming in for you. So, this card talks about like anything that has been done to you unjustly, out of revenge, just really nasty energy. Anybody that's done you wrong, done you dirty, do not worry about it. The universe is taking care of it. It is in your favor, and that the universe is on your side. And those that did you wrong, did you dirty, they will get their karma for it. And so I heard some of you, whoa, sometimes these sometimes the spirits crack me up. They be playing too much, but they said may the odds ever be in their favor. So yeah, don't worry about it. Karma is coming to those that hurt you. This growth of energy, like I said, that's where I was talking about the layers of you, and you really getting to know yourself, and you really blossoming, and becoming the person that you are meant to be. I also heard like anything that was trying to dim your light, it's like I'm being shown an aura. And I'm being shown kind of like how a plant, how Mother Nature still survives when cement gets put down. You know how you'll see in the cracks where Mother Nature comes through. I feel like I'm seeing your aura, and I'm seeing something kind of like cement trying to cover your aura, but your aura is like, it's kind of like Mother Nature, where it's like breaking through the cracks, and then I see it like breaking and your aura shining out even more, because the cement that was covering your aura was not fully dimming you, but dimming you more than dimming your aura down. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm also picking up that those that was really low on energy, your energy is returning, because you have been calling back your power. You have been calling back your energy. I'm hearing that it was like an affirmation song, so this might just be for a few. This might resonate with you if you was listening to it. But there's a lady on TikTok, and it's a sound now where she's like, I call my energy back to me. If you've been listening to that has been working, or any type of I call my energy back, or I call my power back. Some of you guys might have even been like making up your own saying to call your power back. Yes, it is working. Continue to do so. Okay? Now these last two cards are messages from your spirit guides, guardian angels, benevolent ancestors for your highest good. Whichever one you believe in, that's the one that it's from. So I'm going to read from the books for these. And the first one you got is Truth Unveiled, the Revelation of Isis. And Power Over 7 Scorpios, Power to Conjure Lower Vibrational Forces. Now, this book has like 2 or 3 pages in it, so I'm only going to read what calls out to me. So the first one, Truth Unveiled. Hang on, let me get to the page, y'all. Okay, the revelation of Isis is needed when something or someone is not as it outwardly appears to be. No matter how sacred it may be, it may seem, a spiritual person, a family relationship, a shared history, there are times when, although it's more painful to admit the truth in the short term, in the long term, it will save you much suffering and feeling of being duped, misled, manipulated, used, or abused. It will also make it more likely that the situation or relationship can grow into a healthier expression if possible. You cannot heal what is not revealed. Isis is with you now to help you realize the truth, to admit that you probably always sensed it anyway, and to make wise use of these revelations now. The Oracle of Truth Unveiled speaks of a time soon to come when you realize true perception. What you thought was trustworthy, legitimate, or reliable may turn to sand, crumbling before your eyes. This may be a friendship, a job, an offer of some kind, or even the behavior of a loved one, causing you to question the real commitment or respect in a family or romantic relationship. What is important here is to realize that when you see the truth, you can act appropriately. You will not proceed with inappropriate expectations, and you can reassess your boundaries and priorities to get the most out of a situation and not suffer undue disappointment later on. Wow. Let me see if there's anything else that calls out. Yeah. If you have been thinking that you already see the truth in the situation, this oracle is confirmation of the accuracy of that perception, and that further confirmation that you're seeking something accurately will soon be given if requested. Ask for revelations and be patient. Clear perception is imminent and will help you make wise choices. Yes. I think this was the pile where I was talking about you seeing things but questioning yourself. Okay? Now the power over 7 scorpions. Oh, yes. Okay. It says Isis can help you heal and grow more powerfully than any poison in your system or relationship or any toxic environment by helping you name it. Take ownership of the situation and make any inner change necessary so that you can either affect transformation of the situation or are transported from it by changing your vibration, which then draws a different circumstance more aligned with your frequency. The poison may be jealousy, resentment, fear, or guilt. It may be blame or shame, anger or possessiveness, born of abandonment or rejection in the past. It may be a poison that is sourced from within your own self or injected into your system from another. It could be an actual phase or insult, a cruel childhood nickname, or taunt, even said in humor, but that wounded the open body soul at the time. It might be a cultural poison, such as a sickness evidenced in our cultural images of the feminine body that leads to distorted perceptions of ideal body image, hatred of our bodies, and disordered eating. The poison might be your own fear of success or failure. It might quite simply be the ego in a dramatic, endless spiral of suffering from which there appears to be no respite. Let me see if there's anything else that calls out. This oracle comes as bearing of promises tiding. If you have been trying to heal an issue, you will become whole. You will gain wisdom and successfully integrate the spiritual lessons of your experience. Do not give up if you are trying to understand a situation or even your life itself and what it means or why it happened. Yes, that's beautiful, guys. That's what I was talking about. I feel like that's confirmation with what I was talking about when I said, like how I fantasized and romanticized toxic relationships because I loved The Goblin King with David Bowie and Gerard Butler as the Phantom of the Opera. I was like, I hope we're getting someplace with that because but that was confirmation with what I was saying. All right, guys. In the description below, I will have a song that popped out for your reading. So if you want to check that out, if you like this message, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have a story that you want to tell me, just tell me down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But until next time, guys. Bye, guys.